Hello, and welcome back to the next episode of Two Counselors and a Dog. I'm Ashley Bateman.
I'm Kim Ragsdale. This is a very sleepy Renly.
During this episode, we will discuss Salem High School's path to graduation. We hope to inform you on how we provide experiences and opportunities to our students to help them be college, career, and community ready when they graduate. Our path to graduation at Salem High School starts as our students enter 7th grade. In order to help prepare them for 7th grade, I, as the junior high school counselor, invite the 6th grade students to come take a tour of our high school. We have upperclassmen take them on a tour so they can see classrooms, the hallways, the lockers that they will have, and our cafeteria, the gym, and the band hall. This allows them to kind of get some nervous jitters out, and they get to see where they will be the following year. We also invite coaches to come so that they can talk to them about their respective sports. And this gives them an opportunity to sign up for fall sports, get any summer schedules that they may have so that they know that those are the opportunities they have. Also, we have a 7th grade orientation. So before the beginning of school, we have open house, and that's for all grades 7 through 12, where students come and get their schedule and they can look at our building. So that gives the 7th graders, the incoming 7th graders, another opportunity to tour the school. And this time the parents can be there and take a tour also. After open house, however, we open it up for just 7th grade and offer an orientation in which myself and Mr. Curtis give them more of what they need to know about high school as they enter high school. We go over rules such as cell phone policy, attendance, use of Chromebooks, all of the things that they need to know that may be different. Our hours are the way our school day is set up with 7-hour days. We go over that. We go over medication use. There are a lot of things that may be different from the elementary, and this is the perfect opportunity for us to inform parents and students. During 7th grade, we try to bring in guest speakers to provide information on hygiene and nutrition and career opportunities. Then in 8th grade, we really try to kick off some college and career exploration. In 8th grade, all students in 8th grade take career development, in which they will take interest inventories and be exposed to career opportunities and other guest speakers. Additionally, we are starting to have a college exploration day. And this day, for example, this year we are taking our 8th graders to tour 2 different college campuses. We will be going to a 4-year private college in the morning, and then we will be going to a vocational 2-year technical college in the afternoon. This will allow our students to see 2 different types of college campuses with a plethora of career opportunities. Additionally, to help students prepare in 8th grade as they go into 9th grade, I ask that our CTE program coordinators come and speak to my 8th grade students so that they understand the opportunities that we have. We have several different tracks in career and technical education, and Ms. Ragsdale will actually talk more about those as the time comes. But this allows our students to get to see those teachers and what those programs offer for them. I ask the students to then create a schedule so that they understand they actually get to pick their schedule from going to 8th grade to 9th grade. Then, after they pick their schedule, I invite parents to come for a parent night in which I discuss their requirements for graduation, the schedule that their student has picked out. I hand those out so that they can see what they've picked out. Sometimes parents are like, no, we're going to do this or we'll do this. And it helps them start to plan their path to graduation. This is the information that is included in the 8th grade parent night. These are our graduation requirements specific to Salem High School. In order to graduate from Salem High School, you have to have 22 credits to graduate. So you have to have 4 credits of math and English. That would be 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. You have to have those 4 credits. 3 credits for science, and 3 credits for social studies. So that would be ninth, 10th, and 11th grade. So they're not required to take science and social studies in their senior year. However, they can if they would like to. We require 1 credit of computer science and half credits in health, fine art, personal communication, and PE. So that means that's just 1 semester classes. We also offer, we require 5 career focus electives. Those electives can be established through the career and technical programs. We also offer several different foreign languages through Virtual Arkansas. We offer other electives such as concurrent credit and human anatomy, other sciences that could be career focused electives. Another additional piece for graduation requirements here at Salem High School, we require 75 hours of service learning. So this is community service learning. The students keep up with this. And I can give you more information on that if you send me an email after the presentation. We have honor graduate status at Salem High School, and I emphasize to my 8th graders who are going into 9th grade that your path to become an honor graduate begins with your 9th grade career. In order to be an honor graduate, you have to complete the core curriculum required for graduation. So that was the previous slide. You have to have a 3.5 or better grade point average. I also go over with the students what a grade point average is. You can see on the slide, there is a small little graphic there of grade point average. I show them how to average it whenever I go in the classroom so that they understand that. Also, in order to be an honor graduate, you have to have a minimum of 8 advanced units of credit. This includes any AP or concurrent courses. I've listed some examples below, but this is not an exhaustive list. There are several classes that we offer through Virtual Arkansas that are not listed on here, but that would count as an advanced unit of credit. We allow students to begin taking concurrent classes as early as 9th grade with survey of business. Like students who take survey of business the first semester can qualify to take concurrent credit second semester. And whenever I'm talking about concurrent credit, I'm referring to credit that the student will receive a high school credit as well as a college credit.
So, in addition to Salem's honor graduate, the state has now developed a new merit and distinction diploma for the graduates. This started this year. And so there on the screen there you see the definition of what a merit graduate is and what a distinction graduate is. So here at Salem, we will have we will have several seniors who will graduate with merit. And by doing so, they're going to be taking those concurrent credit classes. So if they have 9 post-secondary credits in academic course, that means they took Composition 1, Composition 2, concurrent U.S. history, college algebra. Those classes, if they take at least 3 of those core classes, they can graduate with merit. They can also graduate with merit if they complete a high wage CTE program. So for Salem currently, we just have the Ag Power and Structures pathway. So they would need to take a survey of ag first, and then they can do ag mechanics, ag structures in their senior year if they choose to do the welding or auto mechanics at Ozarka College. That would also go for that. The distinction graduates is a little bit more difficult. That would be if they work hard and were able to graduate with their associate's degree in addition to their high school diploma by the time they graduate. If they were an AP scholar with distinction, which means they would have to take at least 3 AP courses and make the score to give them college credit, which is a 3 or above on the AP test at the end of the year. And then, of course, there's some other things there listed. But at Salem, we will definitely have several that will take advantage of graduating with merit, which is really a great thing. So, the next thing that I want to quickly go over are those concurrent college courses. As Ashley mentioned, they can start taking those their ninth grade year with survey business, the second semester of that becoming intro to computer applications. But they can also take the following courses. In 10th grade, they can start taking concurrent oral comm or experiencing art. 11th grade, they can either take those that I just mentioned or concurrent US history. And then in 12th grade, of course, those are mentioned, they can also take concurrent biology, college algebra, and college trig, comp 1 and 2, and any of the technical courses that they can take at Ozarka, which currently at Ozarka College, students their senior year can go for auto mechanic technology, welding, machining, nursing, and there's even the teacher education program that would count for that as well. And with the concurrent classes, I tell the students you really need to have at least a 3.0 GPA for these concurrent classes because they are college level classes. So we do want to make sure our students are successful. And one great thing with Salem is they will pay for those concurrent classes. So that's free courses for those students to get a jump start on their college career. So that means less money that you or your student will have to pay later on when they actually attend college. So the placement scores, in order to do concurrent college credit, you have to take a placement test like the ACT, or you can do what's called the Accuplacer test. So the ACT, most everybody's familiar with, that's a national test that we also give here their junior year for free. But you can also take the Accuplacer test, and Ozarka comes out and works with us, and they will give this test. Again, it is free from Ozarka, and it's on the computer, and it's not timed. And for some students, they do better on the Accuplacer test than they would the ACT test because there's no time limit. And so we allow Ozarka to come out here and test those kids that are needing to get that score needed for that concurrent class. So as you can see on the graphic, in order to take a concurrent class, you only need a score of a 19 or higher in the English, math, and reading. And on the Accuplacer, you have to have at least a 251 in the reading and writing, which is basically English, or at least a score of a 250 in math. Now, for Ozarka tech classes, you just need to have a score on file. It does not have to be a 19 or a 251. It's just that you need to have a score on file before you can take those tech courses. So, little different there if you're doing those technical classes versus the actual college classes like Comp 1 and college algebra and things like that. So, what I do is I try to go into each, well, I don't try, I do go into each grade and prepare them. So, preparing for the 10th grade, I will go in usually in the fall of the year and I have them take an interest inventory to help determine what career they may want to consider for their future. Now, they will have taken an interest inventory test in their 8th grade in their careers class, but things change, interests change. So I usually try to get them again in the 10th grade just to see if anything is different. Sometimes it pulls up careers that they've never even considered before, maybe never heard of before. And then I have them explore those careers. I tell them about the Bureau of Labor and Statistics Occupational Handbook, where they can Google different careers there, and it will tell them a description of what the career is, what kind of a degree or education you need for that career, how much money on average you could possibly make that career, what physical needs are with that career, like if you are going to have to do a lot of standing, sitting, bending, lifting, things like that. If it's a career that's mostly dealing with outdoors, or if it's an inside job, all sorts of things that the students can read about, learn about, and I really encourage them to do that to get them started in thinking, because then I really want them to be preparing to, if they haven't taken any college concurrent classes, to definitely sign up for those their 11th grade year to get that jump start on that college education. Then in the 11th grade, like I said, I mentioned the concurrent classes to them. And then I also start talking to them about the difference of a VOTEC degree versus a college degree. College is not for everyone, and that is okay. And we need some more of those blue collar workers out there, like the plumbing, the electricians, the HVAC. We need those people out there. And sometimes those people can make as much or even more money than someone with a 4-year degree. And I tell that to those kids. There's nothing wrong with going VOTEC. It's a great, great pathway to go into. And so I have a lesson that I do with them to kind of go over the cost of college versus the difference in the cost of a VOTEC school, or even starting off at a 2-year community college to get your gen ed requirements, your comp ones, your history, your science, all of that kind of thing, and getting those cheaper at Ozarka or ASU Mountain Home versus going off to a 4-year school. And then you can transfer to that 4-year college if you need to. In the 11th grade, the students will be touring Ozarka College Tech Center, so they have an idea of what is there. So if they want to take those classes their senior year, they can. And of course, I always invite college and military representatives to come and speak to our juniors and seniors just so that they are aware of what is out there. So I encourage any of them to come and visit with our students. Starting next year with the 11th grade, we're going to get to do a college tour and take the 11th graders to an actual college campus, just like what Miss Ashley was talking about for 8th grade. We're also going to do it in the 11th grade because, again, people's minds change. They start thinking more about what they want to do for a career, things like that. So, not every student has access to where they can go to a college themselves. So, we're going to start next year and taking them to tour like A State, Lyon College. We may even go to UACCB. So, something that's within a day's drive for these students to experience. So in the 12th grade, we're busy in the 12th grade. I'm very busy when it comes to 12th grade. I start off at the very beginning talking about applying for colleges and VOTECs. I push that as soon as they come back to school. I go into the classroom and I start telling them this is what you need to be doing. You need to be applying for that now. They also have an opportunity to job shadow if they wish. If they want to know about a particular job and what they really do, I can help set them up with someone who's willing to let the student job shadow. There is a contract that the student and the parent would have to fill out before the student can go do the job shadow, but they can do that. The students have 2 college days their senior year where they can go visit a college or job shadow. And as long as they bring something back stating that they were at that place, then they're not counted absent for that day. So I encourage students to take advantage of that. The students also, we talk about work study. If they have all their credits and they're good to go, that they could leave school the last 2 hours of the day and go ahead and start going to work. And then, of course, I start talking to them about scholarships. And in the fall, I start pushing the national scholarships and national scholarship data banks for them to start applying to. Then September and October, we are everybody. I make everybody apply to the Arkansas Challenge Scholarship. The portal opens up October 1st. So even if they don't have all the criteria for it, which the main criteria is you have to have completed the FAFSA application and you have to have a 19 on the ACT, or on the AccuPlacer, you have to have a 250 on the AccuPlacer, I believe it is. And I make everybody fill that out because inevitably there's always a senior at the end of the year that decides, you know what, I didn't think I want to go to college, but I do want to go to a VOTEC. And if they have that score on their ACT or AccuPlacer, that's money in their pocket to help them. So I make everybody fill that out. I make everybody go ahead and fill out a FAFSA ID. Basically, they're making an account for their FAFSA application. The FAFSA is online application, and it stands for Free Application to Federal Student Aid. And this is where students find out if they qualify for a Pell Grant, which is money to help them go to school from the government that they don't have to pay back, or if they do have to use, student loans. But pretty much it's a requirement. If you're going to go to school, you have to fill out the FAFSA. It's definitely a requirement for the Arkansas Challenge, as I mentioned. So I make everybody do that. Again, continue with the college military representatives. And then I also go in and I remind them about the difference in the cost of a 2-year college versus a 4-year college. In December and January, we start creating resumes for scholarships to put with their applications or to go straight to work. We continue to apply to colleges, and then I offer a financial aid workshop with Ozarka College financial representatives that come, and they will help the parent and the student apply for the FAFSA once it's opened. It's supposed to open December 1st. It's been late the past 2 years. Hopefully, this coming year it will be open. Not December 1st, October 1st. I'm sorry, it was open in December last year, but hopefully it'll be open. And I try to schedule a workshop immediately so we can get those knocked out and get that over with for the FAFSA. February and March, I do a scholarship workshop for local scholarships. Students come up. It gives them a morning to work on these scholarships, to fill them out, knock them out, and turn them in. And then they also need to start turning into me any scholarships that they have been awarded from the college that they plan to attend, and of course, continue with those local scholarships. Finally, in April, they can continue applying for any local scholarships that are still available, and they continue to turn in any scholarships that have been awarded to them. And the reason for that, while I have to have them turn those in, is so that we can announce them at academic night, to show what they have won and, just kind of brag on the student. So very busy the 12th grade year. I do go over it in chunks for the kids so it's not so overwhelming. And I'm always welcome to speak with parents who want to come in and talk to me about any of this. And I really try to be available to help them as much as I can. So that's pretty much what we do to get your child ready for the real world, whether they plan to go to college or go straight to a career when they graduate. If you have any questions about this presentation or the information, please give us a call there at the number on the screen. We'll be happy to speak with you, talk with you, meet with you, whatever we can do to help.
Thank you.